Washington is heading deeper into chaos. A fragile deal meant to end the partial government shutdown is now unraveling, not because of Republicans, but because Democrats are turning on their own leadership. House Democrats are preparing to revolt against a spending agreement negotiated by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer with the White House, a move that could keep the federal government shuttered well into next week. Sources tell Fox News Digital that House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has warned Speaker Mike Johnson that the plan to fast-track the bill will fail, setting up a high-stakes showdown on Capitol Hill. The federal government has already been partially shut down since the early hours of Saturday, after lawmakers missed the January 30th deadline to pass a budget.
Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider is considered made and laid upon the...
Key departments now hanging in the balance include Defense, Transportation, Health and Human Services, and Homeland Security. While the Senate cut a deal, House Democrats say they are not bound by it and are furious that Schumer expected them to simply fall in line. One House Republican summed it up bluntly: Democratic division has triggered another shutdown. But Republicans aren't out of the woods either. Speaker Mike Johnson is working with a razor-thin majority and already facing resistance from within his own party. Some Republicans object to negotiating with Democrats over reining in President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Others, like Florida Republican Anna Paulina Luna, are demanding unrelated priorities, including proof of citizenship requirements for voter registration, in exchange for their support. Johnson had hoped to pass the bill under suspension of the rules, a fast-track process requiring a two-thirds majority. That plan now appears shaky. The bill must first clear the House Rules Committee, then survive a procedural vote rule before it can even reach final passage, likely no sooner than Tuesday.
Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider is considered made and laid upon the table.
House Majority Whip Tom Emmer says this breakdown was predictable. He says House Democrats can't be trusted to follow their own leadership. At the center of the dispute is immigration enforcement. The Senate cut a deal temporarily funds the Department of Homeland Security for just 2 weeks, kicking the bigger fight down the road, after Democrats demanded limits on ICE following the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens in Minneapolis during anti-ICE protests. Jeffries has refused to commit. Instead, he says House Democrats will evaluate the legislation on its merits. The clock is ticking. If the deal collapses, military paychecks could be delayed, airport operations disrupted, disaster response funding paused, and federal health care services thrown into uncertainty. Another shutdown looms, and once again, Washington appears stuck, divided not just between parties, but within them.
This will be our first cabinet after the year, so we're starting our second year. Tremendous progress has been made. I want to thank my entire cabinet for 12 months of unprecedented achievements. We really have. I mean, it's unprecedented. The numbers we've had on the economy and growth, you see them. And that's despite a Democrat shutdown. Without the shutdown, we would have picked up about 1.5 points more than already high numbers, record-setting numbers. So this has been, I think, and a lot of people say it, the most successful year of any administration in American history. First year, there's never been a first year like this, including the fact that we put out, extinguished 8 wars, and another one we think is coming. So the GDP growth in the fourth quarter was great, and it's going to be, I think we're going to have an amazing and incredible year. Hopefully we won't have a shutdown, We're working on that right now. I think we're getting close. The Democrats, I don't believe, want to see it either. So we'll work in a very bipartisan way. I believe not to have a shutdown. We don't want a shutdown. And just yesterday, the S&P 500 hit 7,000 for the first time ever. There's never been any time at which it's done like that. And the other stocks also, I think it was 52 times for the Dow, had hit a record high. But the 7,000 was not a number that was even thinkable if you go back a year ago. So S&P hit 7,000 for the first time ever. The stock market has set, it's actually 53 all-time record highs since the election, adding $9 trillion in value to savings, retirement accounts, and 401ks. And I mean, everybody benefits, but we have record stock markets. Companies have never done well. And most importantly, if you think about it, after 4 years in which Biden got much less than $1 trillion of investment into our country, actually it was taken over 11 months, even though we're 12 months. In 11 months, we've taken in more than $18 trillion. So they did less than $1 trillion, Scott, in a period of 4 years, and we've done $18 trillion in less than 1 year. So there's never been anything like that. No other country has done those numbers, by the way, in history. 10 years ago, one country did $3 trillion. No other. We did $18 trillion. Is being invested now. Thousands of businesses, plants, equipment all over the country are being built right now. And they're going to be opening pretty soon. And when they open, you'll see numbers like nobody's ever seen before. The economy is doing amazingly well. I wish the press would report it, but people are finding out. They're seeing it. It's coming. It's becoming pretty evident. It's hard to hide. Biden inflation, which is really stagflation, cost the typical family $34,000. Think of that, $34,000. But after 1 year, growth in real incomes is outpacing inflation by more than $3,000 under Trump. So one cost $34,000 and one made $3,000. That's a big swing. Gasoline has plunged to, think of this, over $4 a gallon, depending on where you are. In California, it's $7, $8 a gallon. While I was in Iowa, and they had $1.85, because I had it at $1.99 a gallon. And I was corrected by two farmers that said, I just bought my gasoline for $1.85. So, Chris, you have to be doing something right, you and Doug, right? But I don't want to give you too much confidence. You got to keep it going. We're drilling, I think I can say we're drilling more than at any time ever in the history. We're taking out more energy out of our land, but specifically, if you look at oil and gas, we've never been anywhere even close. Is that a correct statement?
That is correct. All-time records.
Yeah, great. It's a great job. Well, it's supply and demand. So that's going down rapidly. And, you know, when energy goes down, everything else goes down. They tried to do their thing. It was a disaster. Then they ran back very late to the Trump policy, but they didn't do the Trump policy. They cut leases. They did everything that they could do, but they lost it. And they were very high. And we're now less than $2 in many areas, $2.30 a gallon average. Grocery prices, airfares, hotels, car payments, and rent prices are coming down very fast. And you don't hear the word affordability issued by the Democrats anymore. Now they're going into other things because they're getting beaten badly on affordability.